Well, there have been tragic, deadly events in Cameroon too, with more than 20 people being killed in yet another attack in the Anglophone Northwest region. It was one which prompted the Defence Ministry today to issue a statement denying they were behind the killings. Well, the gruesome attack took place on Friday in a town called Ngarbuh, when hundreds of homes were targeted, and according to the UN Office for Humanitarian Affairs, even pregnant women and children were amongst those killed. Well, the government is blaming this attack on Ambazonian separatists and has distanced itself from the event. Reporter Randy Josai in Yaoundé has been hearing what happened.
Villagers were deep asleep when soldiers stormed Ngarbuh, some 180 kilometers from the northwest regional capital Bamenda. They were attacked with fire, gunshots and machetes. Survivors and relatives of the nearly 35 persons now believed to have been killed have compelling testimonies.
Some were shot, some were butchered with knives, some were burned in their houses, and many people were wounded. And those who even escaped to the bushes, bullets caught them. They were picking some of the corpses even yesterday morning. In that particular day, they counted on the ground 27 corpses, and at yesterday, and it moved to 85 people. There are still some people still missing. They don't know whether they have been killed. They are still counting their dead.
We are in a war zone. If one of the members of this, my own family, was being in that other camp, that is the Amber fighters, I would have said maybe that is the reason. But nothing completely, none of them. And more to that, it's not only boys that were killed. Out of the 9 in my own family that were killed, 1 struggled to escape, who was a boy. The rest were from about 12 years old and below. The last born of this, my sister, was 4 months old. With the mother who was breastfeeding her, they were all shot in front of the house. And then now, when they set the house ablaze, it burned the feet of the mother. And my sister is a female. The daughter too, who has 6 children, of whom all of them have been killed and burned, she's also a female. They were not involved in any kind of attack so much so that this thing can happen. But the truth is that the Fulanis accompanied the military and then they went there and did their act.
We are broken down. We are completely broken. Our feeling is that the other world, they should look into what the government is doing and help us because they are killing people randomly.
The Minister of Defense has today downplayed the number of deaths, saying only 1 woman and 4 children died from an explosion of fuel stocked by Ambazonia fighters. According to Minister Joseph Betty Asomo, 7 terrorists were killed. He also blames the explosion for the houses burnt. The head of the UN Humanitarian Affairs in the region, Jack Andrew Pendleton.
Well, I think that these situations need more verification, and I believe that a very serious investigation should begin as soon as possible. This needs to be investigated, this needs to be understood, and it needs to stop now.
Such incidents are very challenging to humanitarian work in the region where access to women and children who need assistance is very difficult. Jack Andrew Pendleton again.
It brings a new dimension to the work because the people in northwest Cameroon are severely traumatized. It's become a very psychological challenge for any humanitarian to work with all the victims and survivors of this conflict because the socio-economic and psychological impact here in the northwest of Cameroon is deep and as broad as any place I've ever worked, and I've worked in 14 war zones around the world.
This latest attack is just one in a series of burnings and killings as soldiers pursue their campaign to wipe out Ambazonia Republic fighters.
And that was journalist Randy Josa reporting.
Exactly the BBC report from Randy Josa, a reporter there, talking about the things that are happening. What other questions you want to ask? What other question? Because none of your questions will have an answer. The only option is what we find ourselves inside. These are the things those of you who say you are standing for justice. That DDR boy there, Bamba head Nasari Clovis, they the one run their mob. We ask them, say, that picking there for Ngarbuh, na amba be bole the picking there. That picking there for Ngarbuh. We ask all una be tossing this una be take una stick na because una want defend that picking there. You understand? Una bite una stick na because una want defend that pikin. So now the people the way una be want defend we una because una stand against them. Una don't say go talk na say this una be sorry. You understand? So they ask una say this so una too don't quiet. Yeah, all that DDR boy there. The actually happen for Ngarbuh. Now who do am? Now who do am? They say they catch some people there. They catch some people there way them they be part and parcel of the issue. When I even know hear some testimony, they say people the way they talk how the team pass. When they ask you questions, say you way you repeat your stick or stand for that picking them or defend them. You go talk say this so you know do you again. Say no, you know go defend them again. You want better join and Kelebe now for balled more picking them. You the reason so. I did tell anyone brother for ground zero way host stick. I did simply tell you now say when you watch this video, remember the kind of day then. That the kind of thing is we give make a meal no say the only hope we get now until you get in with refiner when you go your stick. Because if you leave that stick, no say this you don't finish. You get my point. You don't finish. Everybody who can talk say, oh, Ngarbuh this, Ngarbuh that. The problem I say, people don't think people don't Muna not take people the way they can sympathize with me. Like say this, so they really like me. They don't like you. They just do it just because out of say how we go do. They ask them that question, say the people then that Kelebe the way they be carry out that particular mission. Usa then they. Usa then they. That Kelebe the way they be carry out that mission for Ngarbuh. Usa then they and they don't do them with it. We know say they go bring some kind fake kind thing. But Usa they Kelebe then they. No man will see them. Of course, they don't leave them since they be catch some, they be catch anyone. They don't be catch anyone. They don't be catch anyone. There's some people that can't tell you say this so no domo. So people that can't tell you say this so no move forward hand. So when that kind of thing happen for you, move forward hand, will cry, will beg. Say where me God help, we will be sorry. A lie. You understand no? A lie. So you understand? Say I can't say this will give 100 million reason them. Why we were supposed today? Why we were supposed to? We don't take the road we take on. Okay, 100 million reasons there. Why we go for remain for that road? We don't take am. I don't see am. I make consider me you remember. I wake up you, wake you up from sleep because plenty of people they sleep. So people they say this or 2 days and you know that kind of thing. I wake una up from sleep, see exactly thing the way they happen. I just hope say this so man way they watch me now, you know say if you be the support, our brother the way they host stick. Now $100, €100. Now so put them 200, 300. Add them. Because no place no they will call and say home. There is no place like home. No place like home. That's the truth. There's no place like home. What are you in outside? You still get matter. But until you there for us, we don't say no. Truly now has this. We will leave the whole one time. But we not leave the whole one time now because a kelebe them. They cause me problem. And I see. So after all the picking from Ngarbuh, so their own don't finish 35 people. 35 people they can't ball it and so. Their own don't finish. So they do her. My brother and my sister. Today now Wednesday, right? Today now Wednesday, 14 February 2024. Meanwhile, some of them they celebrate Valentine's Day. It happened on a day of love, where people they know say they express love. But instead, we see how Ekelebe they show in a hate. They show you who they truly be. They show you who them truly be. And when I can't tell you, say this move forward hand, we go cry. Oh, the people they over material, they over do this. Na lie. You see that stick they don't hold on so. That stick they will hold on so. Eh? Now, last bus stop. Now for Boya, last bus stop. Now for day. Yes. So now the thing that I thank you very much for watching and we'll continue again for every time, any day, any minute. On a day at Alak, 21 gun salute for all our brother the whole stick. For all on a place day, yes. On a place day, on a day at Alak. Yes. Thank you.